Hello everyone, I'm back with a new video and I'm going to be discussing something very significant that's happening in New York City. New York City has a 60-day limit for migrants living in shelters. 60 days. That's 2 months. Thousands of migrants in New York City shelters received 60-day eviction notices back in October. The word that is causing fear and panic among the migrants staying at New York City shelters is eviction. Those who are advocating for the migrants are saying that these people have nowhere to go and that they cannot be evicted and pushed out into the streets, especially now in the middle of winter. Obviously, it's cold. On the other hand, not enforcing the 60-day limit may result in migrants staying at the shelter for months and months and months. In that case, the shelter system may end up being a long-term housing arrangement for the migrants. So it's a tough situation that New York City has to deal with. Now, let's not forget that there are many American citizens who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. And the city was not very good at addressing that problem. And that problem still exists. There are many homeless Americans in New York City. And now, on top of that, there are thousands of migrants who are depending on New York City's shelter system. It seems to me that the city of New York, as I'm reading these news reports, it seems to me that the city of New York wants to enforce the 60-day limit so that they can make room for more migrants. So one batch of migrants leave the shelter system after 60 days, and the city will then place another new batch of migrants arriving in the city. So one batch of migrants exit the shelter system and a new batch of migrants enter the shelter system. I think this is what the city is trying to do. However, I must add that once a migrant has been pushed out of the shelter system after 60 days, that migrant can reapply for space in the shelter. So the migrant who is leaving the shelter after 60 days can potentially return to the shelter after reapplying. The city, New York City, wants a rotation of migrants going in and out of the city's shelter system. Now, that's not very efficient. That is not an efficient system. There's nothing efficient about this whole crisis. The border is open and migrants are coming in. New York City continues to be a sanctuary city, but it seems that the city has promised more than it can deliver. And so now there's no more room for migrants in the shelter system. According to the eviction notices that the migrants received back in October, they were supposed to be evicted in December. So 60 days from October takes us to December. But then the city postponed the eviction and allowed the migrant families extra time. Obviously, December was also the holiday season, and it would have been very unpopular to evict people in December during the holiday season. And now we are in January, and it is winter. With the migrants already in the shelter system, how exactly does the city plan to make this eviction process work? And if the city does not evict the migrants, how will they make space for new migrants? And no matter what the city chooses to do, the question remains, what about the American citizens who are homeless? Who will help the homeless Americans? Mayor Eric Adams and his administration are in a very difficult situation. No matter what the mayor decides to do, the problem won't be solved. New York City officials are in uncharted territory. The city is facing a problem that appears to have no solution. There seems to be no solution to this problem that New York City is facing. Of course, one particular step that is overdue, a step that should be taken, is that we must secure the southern border. Each day that the border remains open, more and more foreign nationals are entering the United States with the hope of getting housing and lots of other services, all paid for by American taxpayers. This is unsustainable, my friends. We have to secure the border and we have to stop the influx of illegal immigrants. My friends, share with me your thoughts on this issue in New York City, this issue about the 60-day limit. If you have any thoughts, you can either write your comment underneath this video, or you can go to tossifanam.net and send me a message. Go to my website, tossifanam.net, send me a message, check out my blog, check out my list of published opinions, sign up for my e-newsletter, and you can also email me if you want. If you want to email me, you can email me at tossif@tossifanam.net. That's my email address. Once again, it is tossif@tossifanam.net. So thank you for continuing to watch my videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be back again with more news and more updates and more commentary. Thank you.